Public backlash has prompted 2 Canadian hotels to cancel African Hunting Expos. African Events Canada had sessions planned in Toronto and Saskatoon. They allow hunting outfitters to showcase their safaris and expeditions. Animal activists circulated petitions calling for the hotels to drop the events. 2 did, with one other event in Calgary still slated to be held. Birgit Johnstone is the expo organizer, and she joins us now in studio. Were you surprised that these 2 hotels canceled?
Yes, I was. We've been holding these events since 2009 and have never had any issues before. And I'm surprised that the hotels caved in from the pressure from the anti-hunting groups.
Why do you think that is? What do you think precipitated this?
Well, I think a lot has to do with the emotions surrounding the Cecil the Lion incident that happened in Zimbabwe earlier this year. However, I think that there is a misconception about what trophy hunting in Africa is all about. And people are not informed about the value of trophy hunting and the contribution to wildlife in Africa.
Tell us more about that, because a lot of people at home are thinking, what do you mean contribution, and how could this possibly be a good thing? So tell us about what you call misconceptions.
Well, trophy hunting, whether you agree with hunting or not, and that's absolutely a personal opinion, and I can understand people who don't agree with hunting or trophy hunting, but it's important to look at the bigger picture. The sustainable utilization of wildlife in Africa and trophy hunting contributes a large amount of money to these practices. And sustaining healthy wildlife populations, more importantly, the habitats that sustain these animals. And then, of course, there's the spin-off economically for employment in countries that are in dire need of employment opportunities. There's many, many families, thousands of workers that rely on this industry for their employment.
Does it just come down to money then?
Well, money is an important factor because it takes money to campaign against poaching. It takes money to look after wild tracts of land. You need staff, you need rangers, you need guards who look after wildlife. So money is an important factor, and trophy hunting contributes to that.
How is trophy hunting better than poaching? Animals are still dying.
Well, poaching is very indiscriminate and can be very cruel. For example, poachers will cut off a rhino horn. They don't even bother to kill the rhino. They just take the horn and leave the rhino walking around with massive injuries. For meat poaching, they snare animals with wire. The animals could take 3 or 4 days to die, whereas hunting is very regulated. It is done very swiftly. It's selective, so it's usually older males that are hunted that are past their breeding prime, so they no longer contribute to the gene pool of the species. So it's very regulated and controlled.
You know what's really interesting? I was doing a little bit of research, and so many animals mourn their dead. And so I was thinking, we're dealing with animals that are sophisticated on so many levels. So when one says, well, they're past their prime, they're older lions, I mean, you've got species that actually mourn their dead, the aged or not, they mourn them. Have you ever hunted before?
I have. I'm not really a hunter. I have hunted a couple of animals. I studied nature conservation, and I did a professional hunting course purely for the knowledge side. So, in fact, I'm not really a hunter. And when I started studying, I was totally anti-hunting myself until I was involved in the industry and I learned the importance of the hunting community and the contribution to conservation and the preservation of wildlife. And so I changed my views 360 degrees.
Very good. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.